So we're not streaming.
We're live streaming.
Lee, you made us 10 minutes late.
You can go and yeah. I'm sorry, my internet. My router has a little dust on it. Maybe
Yeah.
that's it. Maybe the dust is creating a force field of lack of cleaning my house.
Maybe you shouldn't be watching so much goddamn porn while you're trying to download.
Are we doing level? Yeah, we're doing normal
Sorry.
difficulty, right? We're gonna beat it this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They made it easier they made this level easier.
I don't remember hearing when you said that when you read that off without the 300 lines of updates that you talked about.
Well, there might have been some important.
I'm gonna need.
They changed the font on the player screen. Oh, I don't like it.
What was it? What's that study guide site that like does the notes for you?
Chegg.
Yeah, can you send me the Chegg link to the patch notes? I gotta test in the morning.
You know what they didn't fix?
Yeah.
The fucking music that like skips like. I hear that shit all the time when we're in the lobby.
Yeah.
It literally just happened to me now.
All right. Well, what are you guys waiting for?
Let's fix all this
Report the bugs.
shit.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna report it because I don't want Brett to read it off again.
I have a bug on my end where I occasionally hear a Canadian.
That's the worst.
He's hiding now. Normally he would have said that's the worst day.
You gotta be careful though, man. There might be Canadians at your work and you just never know. They're all
Ed
around
is just
you.
Rich. Ed is just working up to replace all of us. That's why he brought John in. He's just trying to make us all hate it so much that we want to quit, just so he can bring up a whole new.
The new Avengers.
He's gonna
Yeah,
start
I
with,
mean, you
he's
like
gonna start
people
with- he's
that
gonna start
don't
with
live in the same
me.
country.
He's gonna start with me because you know I'm white and not Puerto Rican, and then he's gonna go to you because you're Canadian, and then he's gonna be like, oh, Scotland's a new country. We'll
Come on, we're in-
Edwin's
turn-
not Puerto Rican. He's Venezuelan.
Venezuela. Puerto Rico.
I keep counting. That's why Velez and Bien and Venezuelan. See, come
It's
on. Coincidence?
It's
I don't think so.
Beles. You gotta pronounce the BV. Beles.
Belez.
Barrio.
Yeah. Brett thought I was Chinese. It's pretty racist. Like, you're either
Like, I don't know if
Chinese
I
or
really-
Mexican.
I don't know if I've literally ever seen a picture of you that wasn't like with Ed and wearing a
And naked.
baseball cap. So
So, I don't
Yeah,
know
those
if you're.
weird nudes.
He's based on that wiener size. It could be any. How do you run?
yeah.
Okay, I forgot how to
Yeah,
play
me
the
too.
game. Hey, where's the BRs at, bro? You got sticky grenades?
I don't know if it's just because because I'm playing in 4K now or what. This game feels a lot smoother.
Oh no, you didn't read that in the patch notes? It said updated smoothness.
You beat me to it. I was like,
Yeah.
Extra smoothness.
How do you switch guns?
Fucking-
Why? Okay.
Oh, they updated that too. You only get one gun
God,
permanently.
Oh, RB's not to reload? Okay.
Come on, that's your melee button, dude. You always get the most melee kills.
What game does?
In
Trying to think of
Halo,
games
it's
that
RB's to reload.
Gears?
No,
There's
no
a
Halo.
war, Hero. Me when I changed it.
It isn't.
It's that RB. Oh, because
Isn't it B on Halo?
It's RB on Halo. If you play normal controls.
normal controls is RB.
There's a bowl.
Yes,
Really?
sir. I was literally playing Halo last night. Yeah.
Damn it.
Not sticky grenade.
There's a screamer.
Bitch ass.
LB sticky grenade. I mean left trigger.
Oh.
Okay, I was like, left trigger is.
Oh my god,
Oh, disinfect.
that thing won't die.
The spitter.
The new zombie type like
Nah,
takes
it's a
forever
spoiler.
to die because it has like
Nice.
4 crack needles in it.
I think I'm gonna throw up. I really do. I ate way too
Dude, I
many
hope that
games.
gets us some viewers, honestly. Like, hurry up, tune in, Lee's about to throw up.
Yeah.
Ed, is there anything this week that like you plan to talk about or anything?
A Django sequel got announced earlier, so that's pretty sweet.
How do you run?
The left
LB.
stick. Click on the left stick.
My chick isn't running. Oh, now she's running. You yell at her.
Wait, where are you guys at? Oh, Lee's over there.
Lee, are you feeling?
I'm
okay?
standing on
I know
top
you're
of the
sitting to
ground.
throw up, but I don't know if puking affects mental coherence.
His motor systems have
Well,
been slowly
my chick
degrading.
isn't running.
I'm just telling you, I click in the left stick and then I'm
Oh.
running.
Maybe I
don't
control
know.
it.
I hacked your
Not
Razer
right.
controller last night. I made every button just use A. You're rich, come on!
Well, I didn't realize you guys left. I was on top of a fucking van meleeing zombies. And then I was surrounded.
Okay, I'm on my way.
I guess like other things.
Shit.
I know you said you played Void Bastards, Rich. Have you tried Outer Worlds?
No,
The
I
new-
haven't played it yet.
I remember I got that from free from one of the Mixpot things, I think.
Yeah, I see. I didn't watch. Like, I seen it was available for Mixpot, but I didn't end up getting it. I think I
I'm in the poo-poo
I
gas.
didn't have my
no.
account signed in properly.
Did he just say don't let them get inside of us?
Yeah, I haven't downloaded either of them yet, but
I really want to get Layers of Fear too. I might just end up buying it, but I just don't feel like spending money right now. I have to. Come on, die! Oh my god! Let me know if you guys find another
If you bought
shotgun.
for-
That would be very helpful.
if you buy
You
it for
figure out what's wrong with that car?
Oh, it's fine.
Nah.
I thought you were talking about the bus in the
if you buy,
game.
Run, Lee, run!
if
What
you
was
buy
wrong with that
Layers
car?
of Fear 2 for your with your personal money, are you gonna still review it, Ed, since you did everything else, or?
If I have time, I don't see why not. But Lee, they don't know. It was working fine, so it might have been like a computer issue. But yeah, if I have time, I'd definitely
Spooky.
review it. I mean, obviously, I don't want to get behind with actual site stuff, so we'll see how it plays out. I'll probably end up holding off anyways and not buying it just yet, just because you know, doing the June in Japan, so I'm gonna be playing those games,
Playing only Japan games.
and I still want to get through Rage 2, which would be ideal, so that I didn't just spend money and waste it.
Yeah. I was just gonna say something, but I completely forgot.
Have you guys played? Has anybody played Rage 2 yet?
No.
Ed, I've barely played Rage
Oh
1,
man, Rage
so-
1, hidden gem in my opinion. Rage 2 doesn't feel like Rage 1, other than the tight gameplay, which is, I mean, that's the main selling point. The gunplay is just smooth as shit. It's fun to play, but outside of that, I don't.
Yeah, I saw your tweet.
Go
Where
ahead.
I saw your tweet where you said you just wanted Walker to shut up.
Yeah, cause like,
Or whatever his name
Yeah.
is.
he just try.
There's explosive ammo right there.
He tries too hard, like right out of the gate, for them to make him like funny, but he's just not likable, and everything just comes off as too forced. So I ended up just not caring. I was like, oh my god, I'd rather have a silent Doomslayer at this point. Like, just let me kill people. But that's honestly how it is for most of like the NPCs and stuff. They just feel like, they don't feel really natural, as does most of the whole world. Like, because the main thing I liked about oh shit, I'm coming. I gotta heal up.
I juked that bull and he
I gotta heal. I have like no space to heal. Oh shit, Rich, I'm sorry.
Damn, how did I get How did I get? What did I
The
get?
bus, the
on?
bus, the bus. Come on, we made it farther than this last time. Oh my god,
Now
this is miserable.
I tried to revive you, Lee. I didn't make it.
I'm gonna die.
Ed, live for like 2 seconds.
I'm living for 2 seconds.
We're not good.
Maybe I should have remembered that I have a heavy gun.
Come on, stop reloading.
Look out!
Yeah.
Oh, getting jismed on by the hazmat dude.
Anyway,
Get ammo.
anyways, I liked the first Rage so much because it was more reserved. Like, it was open world, but you know, when you got from point A to B, once you got to your mission, oh, how? There's nothing even near me.
I'll get him. You guys continue.
But all your missions felt like very nicely constructed, and they felt more like a single player, like point A to B game.
Behind you, Rich. Behind you, Rich.
Yeah, Rage 2 gave me a very Borderlands, or Rage 1 gave me a very Borderlands feel, where it was like open world, pseudo open world,
Yeah.
where you could explore this whole area, but mostly it was you go A to B with your missions, like what you just explained. That's how I feel Borderlands. That's what Borderlands is like. That's how I feel. That's how I felt when I was playing Rage.
Yeah.
I have not played Rage 2, but I've seen people play it. I don't know if you put gameplay up or if I saw other people on Twitter play, and it looks like post-apocalyptic Doom.
Yeah, and I would say it plays like that too, but you know, there was some over the top stuff about there's some over the top stuff in the first Rage, but you know, it's like I said, mostly reserved. Like it was, you know, this gloomy world, there's some crazy people that are mutants, but then, you know, 2, you know, took a Deadpool spin on it and was like everything's over the top, which I like and I don't like at the same time. Just again, mostly don't like it because that's not how Rage 1 was. Like, damn, dude, you just fucking shredded my health, you piece of shit. Like, I'm literally about to die.
I feel. I hate to
Don't
keep
die.
comparing the game to Borderlands, but like that's where I feel like one of Borderlands was over the top, but it was like a standard first-person RPG shooter, and then 2 and pre-sequel, and now 3 is just like this batshit crazy stuff, and they rolled with it, and it worked. But it sounds like Rage 2 wanted to do that, but doesn't. That's how I'm feeling like you.
It still might work for some people, but as a big fan of the first, like you'd be proud I maxed that game out. I went back after they did like added a difficulty way later, and I actually finished it. You know, I like that game a lot, and again, like I said, it just feels pretty distant from that. But the gameplay is super fucking fun. So
There's a bunch of medkits here, I guess.
yeah, I snagged some. Thank you.
Look at Saints Row 1. Saints Row 1 was like pretty much a straight up cheap Grand Theft Auto.
It was a GTA clone, and it was bad.
Yeah, and then it just got like crazier with each, entry, and now everybody loves it.
Yeah.
And I like Saints Row more than I like GTA. Like, I know I'm kind of in the minority with that, but I'm gonna go down because I went back for a med kit and then ended up not being.
He dropped his patch notes. He had to go get him. I got him.
Oh, he's getting me. I'm dying. Help.
Let me just get ammo and I'll come over.
Help. I'm dying. I'm gonna die. Help.
I have a strong feeling that we're not gonna make it through the end again, boys.
Man,
Well, we're out of practice now.
We got AirPods. Oh man, I need more health. You know, I'd be in a better position if Lee didn't just shred me earlier.
There's a medkit over here. And some shitty weapons.
Need a shot.
do you need at
There's
least?
a medkit over here, eh?
Coming. Wait, where are you? Oh,
Oh, there's an assault. There's an assault car.
Follow the sound of my voice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. What game are you playing right now for June and July? Or June and
Japan and June and July. Same difference. Shenmue, the first one.
Yeah.
Which it's been a very long time since I played it. Shit, OBS.
I've never played a Shenmue.
It says OBS disconnected, but it's reconnecting.
I'll see if we're live. Give me a second.
It's gonna teleport us in a few seconds.
I'll be honest. If we die, I'm gonna probably get off. I'm really beat, guys.
You really beat off?
Yeah, I'm like really tired.
Ooh,
I
don't know
want
if it's
chainsaw
my
rocket
internet.
launcher.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
live.
cool.
We're live still.
Oh shit. What the hell?
Make sure like we put everything down we can. Like we look.
Yeah, I
for,
just put an electric gate down, so.
Auto turrets and stuff like that.
Reconnection successful, thank you. Okay, yeah, we just gotta use the mortars, stay close together. Do we need to start? Oh, just prepare. Oh.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, that bull just destroyed that NPC.
I've never played Shenmue. How you liking it?
It's still a good game. I mean, it's just the world is just impressive for when it came out. Like that's the main selling point. You know, the graphics and the voiceover and most of the gameplay is not gonna win a majority of people over. But I think I originally played it when I was about 13 or so. I really loved the Dreamcast, but my Dreamcast was in Florida with my dad. So when I was here, I eventually bought my own, and the bundle I bought at like a secondhand store. Holy shit! Maybe we should talk about this later. Came with Shenmue, and I eventually, I started it up, loved it. I got stuck at some point, and eventually went back and started over, beat it, and it stuck with me ever since. But it's just the fact that you kind of live day to day was something completely new to me at the time, even though I was playing it, several good amount of years after it came out. It's still very unique in that sense that it was able to do that.
Games with that style.
Yeah, because like it literally could have never beat it and just kept going day to day. It never forced you to progress. I could have just kept getting my allowance, going to work, and playing in the arcade.
A lot of the game.
I have like no heavy guns either.
Here, I'll put down explosive ammo. Yeah, I didn't. So it kind of has like I mean, I hate it. Like the only thing I can really think of that's like that is kind of like Animal Crossing, where Animal Crossing is like do what you want, you live day to day, and there's no like end.
Yeah.
Of the.
And that's I never played the second one, so I might roll into that in July. Where are they coming from now? The other side? Shit.
To our right. To our right.
Well, let me get on this machine gun. Come on.
Rich, I would heal right now if you... Or whoever needed to heal.
I'm tearing them up with this machine gun real quick. Oh.
I'll watch your back.
Thank you.
Just stay on the machine gun. Yeah, I mean, that's what, like, I mean, I'm not much younger than you, but I'm a little younger than you, and, like, when I started really playing video games...
How are we taking these guys out?
Like, Sega really...
Holy shit.
Sega really didn't make a Sega didn't make a console, because Sega hasn't made a console since the Dreamcast, and, like, I was never really familiar with the Dreamcast. It was like the N64 was the first big thing
Oops,
for me.
Oh no, Rich.
Yeah, I'm fucking swamped. I can't.
Holy
even
shit.
I'm auto
The
shotgunning
sucker
them.
punching bitches. Caught me against a goddamn car. Whooped my
I'm
ass.
trying to get to you, but I have nothing to, like, I have no heavy guns. They're literally clamoring behind you. Holy shit. Oh, I'm down.
Ooh, my.
Oh my god.
It's just so fucking bad.
I'm down. Who's still up?
I'm still.
fell.
I need to heal, and then I can.
Dude, I got rich up. The fucking thing was fully up. Like,
Yeah, almost.
Yes, stand in front of that. Good idea.
I got healed. I got them out to an auto turret, and then I'm coming back.
Oh my god, you're going so slow.
Can you stop for?
Oh my god.
I don't have any ammo.
You better run.
He's just like, come on, get up.
Got you. I got one of you.
Ah.
I literally went down.
Am I a zombie? A zombie.
We had
Fucking hell.
We had 3 seconds left.
God damn it.
Shit.
There's too many areas to cover.
Yeah, that one's really hard. Even though the patch notes said it'd be easy.
I mean, we got further that time.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get up, man. I don't feel good.
Wow. The wings.
Sorry. I'll
Godspeed.
I think it was the wings. I don't know.
Alright, well, do you guys want to
Yes.
run through this on easy just to get it over with?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. Whatever you guys want to do.
It's a little too late in the day to switch over to Fort the King. Rich, have you played it yet?
No. I was waiting for you guys. I haven't downloaded
Yeah,
it.
I could see you getting invested in it pretty heavily.
I still got this Spellforce 3 game going on. I'm absorbed in that pretty
Yeah.
well.
What kind of game was that?
Well, it's an RTS game like Command and Conquer.
Okay.
But it has like really heavy RPG elements. So it's actually more like a hybrid of Command and Conquer and Baldur's Gate, the PC RPG.
Okay.
Because you're not always building bases and fighting big armies and that. Sometimes you're just your hero character, maybe a couple of your hero characters exploring like an underground passage or something.
A cavern, one might say.
No, a passage that leads underground.
Okay. A subway, one might say.
Yeah, but
Speaking of...
middle-aged metro station.
Yeah, I was just about to say Metro. I need to try and go back to that, but I was just so let down by it. I know you...
I don't know, man. I loved it.
Like, I know, like, I was... it'll start in 58 seconds without Lee, so I guess we could talk about Metro, but man, I was, like, such a huge advocate for that game, because I think the first one came out maybe my sophomore year, so I was probably, like, 16, and again, it was one of those, like, I was always deeply invested in, like, everything that was coming out, like, knowing what was coming out, not just the main titles. And again, my friends didn't know what this game was, and it was like, hey, I picked it up on a whim. Like, magazines and other places are rating it like a 7 or 7.5. I'm like, this game's fucking sweet. And so I still like 2 a lot too. And the fact that we got a new one, I was excited that it was even getting a third. But man, I thought some of the mechanics were so dated, and if a first-person character ever needed a voice, it should have been RTM, and he didn't get one unless it was in the loading screens. I did not understand that.
Yeah, all the other characters kind of pick up the slack.
But that's what I don't get, because like his wife, fiance, whatever she is, she's saying these heavy emotional things, and then he doesn't
Yeah.
say anything, and she's like, "Oh my God, you were right!" Like,
Well, I mean, living in. Picture this though: you're living in the metro, Metro Exodus. He spends that whole game underground in tunnels, like firing off fucking high caliber weapons and explosives and that. It might be hard to hear. He might not even know she's fucking talking to him. He just sees her lips moving and he's like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I like silent protagonists to the point where I don't mind if people talk to them and they don't respond. Like,
but it just depends on the context. Like if you'd see this the interaction,
the best way,
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the best way I can put it is, where's the Far Cry button? Because I'm about to talk about Far Cry. In 3 and 4,
hold on, let me hit
play. You play as Jason Brody, and you play as
Brody.
Ajay, I think is who you playing for. Plays Ajay. I haven't played 4. I played 3 recently. That's the only reason I know what the guy's name is. Ajay, and they both have voices.
Yeah.
Great. I love 3 and 4. In 5 and New Dawn, you play as the deputy and the captain.
I was gonna say I hear the snapping.
Captain Spaulding.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to be that loud. I was trying to come to me. I get them not talking is great, and people interact with you and respond to you being like, yeah. Is it just gonna kick Lee eventually, or what's gonna happen?
Leave him back there. He's a good distraction. Let's go.
He's still in the game.
But it gives you the opportunity to create your characters, so that's why they really don't voice it. Could they have easily spent the money, had a simple male and female actor that acted out the points? Yeah, but the silent, I don't mind it as much. I find those games to be better than, at least 5 I think is better than 4. I mean, 3 is really good, and I know a lot of people like 3, but the world around it is so in depth because of the father and his disciples and stuff like that you not talking is fine. And I get there's kind of a difference since Artyom is a character. He does talk at some point.
Yeah.
You do pay an actor.
And that's where my argument, mostly is because, Far Cry, they typically leave the villains to be the main emotional, establishment for the narrative. Like they do everything and you kind of watch for the most part. Whereas in this, Artyom has a lot of emotional interactions with the people around him. Obviously, there's some glum things, there's inspiring moments and things like that, and he just, he just doesn't talk. But my problem with it is not only is it based off a book where I'm sure it's all his inner monologue, so I get why there's inner monologue in the load screen, but he is a person. And then the first hour.
So I mean,
I was gonna say the first hour of Exodus is it all happens really quick, and it's just kind of goofy how it plays out with his love interest because these things just escalate really quick, and she just one minute she doubts him, and the next minute she's acknowledging that he was right, and he's just like, yep, I'll just take it.
He's a humble man.
I mean, I guess I'll ask it's on the same vein. Did you have an issue when you played Breath of the Wild that Zelda would talk to Link and he wouldn't respond?
No, because Link's never talked.
Okay. But it's
he's a mute. He's a mute. That's canon. He's a Terminator.
The actor to do the inner but the Terminator talks. What does that mean?
Okay.
Have you seen it?
He's not that Terminator. He's a different Terminator. He's a mute Terminator.
Yeah, he's not like any of the 20 Terminators that they show in the 20 Terminators.
He's one of the disposable ones. But yeah, so I don't know. I was just, I was conflicted. At that point, it seemed like a big budget thing. Why not give him a voice? Oh.
Yeah.
I know you were down.
I mean...
Oh, that's a computer.
No, but nobody's down.
Gotcha.
It's Lee's character teleported to us after...
I'll go save it real quick. Oh, now I'm down. I shouldn't have done that.
I'm coming back.
Now she died. Why did I do this?
Did you just die trying to revive Lee?
Oh, no. Wait, they got up on the... Oh, there's a zombie. No, I tried saving the NPC.
I really wish I had a grenade. I think the grenade would really help, like, that end part, but... Because of my explosive ammo, I don't have a grenade.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, I need to go back and play Exodus. I haven't played that much Exodus. Like, I don't even have, like, I don't know if I've even beaten the tutorial. Like, I probably played like 30 minutes of it, if that.
Yeah, I got through most, like, I got out of the
So,
training area, I got through most of the first open area, but...
Like, I don't want to play Devil's Advocate for something I haven't played, but, like, I don't know.
No, and again, not everybody will have an issue with it. I mean, how many Call of Duty characters have spoken? Those have still been, you know, impressively dramatic games in most cases.
I mean, do you remember Train Goes Boom?
What is that?
Did you not play Black Ops 3 campaign?
Oh, no, I played the first mission and I absolutely hated it, so I stopped.
Oh, yeah, the dude that's in, I don't know what the actor's name is, but he's in that Happy show that you guys like.
Oh, yeah, SVU.
Dude. Yeah, there's a big, long cutscene, where he's, like, explaining, spoilers for, like, the third mission in Black Ops 3's campaign.
Oh, we left the bus behind, guys.
He's explaining, so, you beat the first mission, right?
Yeah, I quit because there's just robots everywhere. It's a fucking shooting gallery. You get your arms ripped off, and then you get beat with your arms. So I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah, so that happens, and then, like, you go meet, like, you get fixed up, all that jazz, and you meet with, that dude. His name's Taylor in the game. I haven't
Very sinister name.
but I've played, like, enough to this. Yeah, so, I mean, he does end up being, like, the bad guy in the end, spoiler alert. Or, like, one of them. But anyways,
I'm gonna lower the barrier.
He explains to you what goes on, like, how they had a catastrophe where a train exploded.
Okay.
And, like, they do these simulations where they test to try it over and over again to see how they could have saved it in case it happens again.
Okay.
And, like, that goes into the big backstory of, like, how the game's told not in chronological order, like, after that first mission, but it kind of goes into that. And then in the mission, kind of going all over the place, but in the mission, he's like, he goes to, like, this thing of, like, the disaster and what happens. He's like, we've gone through this simulation so many times, and it's like there's a bomb on the thing. It's like, you do this, train go boom. This happens, train go boom. Oh, you even just for this, train still go boom. So it's a big meme of train go boom.
Yeah, that was like one of the, I mean, I beat Ghost. I didn't beat Infinite Warfare. I beat Advanced Warfare. Infinite Warfare I wanted to beat. I just fell out of it like pretty quickly.
Infinite Warfare is, as much as I hate that game, and I think it is terrible, multiplayer-wise, has one of the best campaigns.
Oh, it was cool that you got to pick missions and shit.
Warfare, yeah.
I just never finished it.
Yeah. I felt for the characters. I was sad when it ended. Like, the ending was sad, without spoiling anything in case you want to play it. The ending was sad. Like, sorry that if that ruins your expectations or anything, but the sad ending.
The only thing that ruined my expectations was the entire Call of Duty 4, Black Ops.
I liked COD 4's multiplayer. I played that a lot with my friends. Black Ops 4's. I hope the next game. I'm really excited that the next game is actually going to have a campaign.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, oof, man.
Like, just graphic wise, it looks fucking.
Yeah, and I'm fine with a soft reboot if it's not, taking the, just repeating the same story. That's totally fine with me. Fuck, I dropped my.
Yeah, as long as it's not. As long as it doesn't have the exact same story as like if they wanted to do a soft reboot, they already did like a hard reboot where they did Modern Warfare Remastered. That's fine. I'm fine with that. If this would be that too, I'd be fine with that if that was a full game. But they're doing like a soft reboot, so hopefully it's not just like the same story and then there's like one or two extra missions that are like bridging the gap. I'll be thoroughly disappointed with the campaign if that's.
It doesn't look like it's gonna be that way. It looks like it's gonna be like a grittier, not like there's 14 helicopters everywhere. Get out of here. You could definitely survive. Like it looks like it's gonna be a little more like grounded and like, hey, this is stuff that's actually happened. We're gonna romanticize it just a tiny little bit. There might be a few more extra soldiers.
You have to romanticize war when you do movies and games.
Yeah.
If you don't, then it's. You don't have to, but it's what makes them interesting. Like, if you're going through making even if you make it a based on true story or like completely like a true story about somebody, you're gonna have things that are a little different.
I need to find a different
like
weapon.
for example, like have you guys seen the new Netflix movie Highwaymen?
No.
I seen it, but I didn't watch it.
It has Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson, and it tells the story of like the two Texas Rangers that killed Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a very if you like that kind of stuff, if you like historical dramas, like stuff like that, it is a very good movie.
I only like Walker, Texas Ranger.
But like.
There we go. Give me that, please. Ah. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Infinite Warfare, though, I just bought that for $5 at Five Below. I had like a.
It's the game just for the campaign.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then to add to my physical collection.
Don't play the zombies. Play the campaign, and then return it to $5.
Yeah, because
tell them that it didn't.
I went half on it with my buddy for like game or not Game Pass, but game sharing, and I never finished it, so I was like, hey, let me pick this up. It's $5. Why not? If we find an excess of medkits, let me know, because I'll heal up and get ready for this.
Yeah. Touching on Infinite Warfare for a minute. One of the most it's crazy. I still think about it. One of the weirdest things they've done, like one of the most unique things they've done, was you remember that partner you got, the robot?
Yeah, Chappie. I don't know what his name was, but I call him Chappie all the time.
But just the fact that he has like a regular American voice.
Yeah.
How many fucking movies and sci-fi and games and that you play where the robot either has a posh British voice or like a metallic ant robot voice? But this guy's just like a regular American voice of a robot. It's It's just like
there's no scene
where he's just like, hey, how's it going, man? And,
he's not like dying in a scene and you're like, oh, you were so brave. He's like, it was my call of duty.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah.
Signing off.
Stuff.
The
guy's dying. He's like, save me! Just like fucking robot.
The robot's killing people. He's like,
I'll build another.
Your mom lesbian. He's just doing like Xbox.
You're getting a little close to like spoiling part of it.
He calls somebody's mom a lesbian.
So no, not that part.
Damn, I thought I was on the money. I was like, I better start doing some sports betting. Where can I put this barbed wire strategically?
There is I don't want to. Do you remember the ending to Modern Warfare 3? Or like the last couple missions of Modern Warfare 3, and like how it led up to the end.
I remember a full suit of armor, glass shattering, and some rope.
Oh, was that the one? Yeah, you're going to get revenge on that jerk for offing like pretty much everybody else.
Yeah. So like, again, spoiler alert, MW3 is like 9 years old. Spoilers for that.
You know what? Nobody probably plays the campaign anyway, so. I think I'm one of the few people that play the fucking campaign.
I'm putting an auto turret up here so that we could stay up here and not go on the ground.
And you can refill an auto turret. Make sure you guys.
I did not know that.
If it's down, walk. Yeah. So obviously the mortar hits the soap's like up in the like one tower where you're playing at. The mortar or like a mortar or something hits the side and like he dies, and then like you go with Yuri in a. I think Yuri lives, but Yuri's like a juggernaut with Price, and you go up like the tower, and then you like kill Makarov. Like that's the ending of MW3.
Yeah.
Without trying to like get your out, you'll love this game. You'll for like anything, you'll love the campaign. But the level of scale of what happens near the end of Infinite Warfare is on such a caliber with that it is such a good game.
Oh my god, there's so many coming. Yeah, maybe I'll replay it before Modern Warfare drops just to get in the Call of Duty mode. Holy shit, dude.
Oh.
Disconnected again? Are you serious? I got a freaking wired connection.
Oh no!
I don't know why it's disconnected so much tonight. Hopefully it's still up.
There's a bull.
I'm getting up.
No shit, guys. I just fell the map.
You fell through the map?
Dude, where
Hey, can you see me? I'm literally falling through the fucking
I
map.
cannot. I have no idea where you are.
Oh yeah, I can see you. You're right there.
Jesus.
This is some fucking
This is the
bullshit.
cursed level.
What happened was I went to melee the gas guy, and my melee took me right off the fucking ledge. I turned around, the guy blew up, and the gas was flying everywhere.
Awesome.
So I tried to jump up, and when I climbed up, instead of climbing up, I just went right through.
Awesome. I mean, we're never...
Have you stopped falling yet?
Oh, God. I'm healing real quick before we go do this other one.
Oh, Rich, you might just need to fall forever until we beat this.
Oh, man. That's rough. Brett, come watch my back again while I get on the machine gun.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go into this since, so Rich, since you're following through the world, how'd you like Void Bastards?
Yeah, you do the talking.
I played a few levels, and it's very cool.
Is it hard?
Very cool, like... well, yeah, I mean, they really kind of expect you to die. Because what happens is it kind of gives you a goal, like, you're in like a sort of ship graveyard, you know? And so you got to get over here. So you need fuel, and you need food. You travel from ship to ship. You don't have to go on every ship, but you have to really you have to scavenge, you know? And your health and that carries over from ship to ship. So you gotta go through ship to ship and navigate its traps and enemies and that.
Is it roguelite?
While looting it, then you gotta get back to your pod.
Ah, fuck, I probably won't like it
so
then.
It's an FPS though, so it's not so
Yeah,
bad.
I know it's got
Do
some...
you lose everything if you die?
No, it's got Bioshock devs behind it too.
If you die, you lose everything except for what you crafted. Like you have to start over, but you get your, you keep all your unique.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So you lose everything you pick up, but you.
Yeah.
Oh
you can
my
still,
god.
You still progress.
I'm gonna fill this back up with ammo. Oh, that seems pretty cool.
I think we're almost out of the thick of
I want
it.
to try that out, and I want to try Outer Wild.
Yeah, I mean,
too.
it's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass, so you got nothing to lose. You download it, you play it for a few hours, and that's it. You don't ever have to touch it again if you.
I
don't
wish
want
we
to.
got paid for
Yeah,
those
I'm trying to
words
think
you
if
just
they added
said.
anything else. Yeah, I wish we could get sponsored by Xbox. Sponsor Rich and I.
We did it!
I download Game Pass all the time. You don't have to give me free Game Pass. I'll pay for it. Just sponsor this.
Thanks for all the help, Rich.
Throw some codes to give out every now and then.
Yeah, I'll pay for it.
I'm glad you guys managed to do that without me.
Wait.
Since I was fucking, don't worry, I captured a little clip, so just to prove I'm not slacking and hiding in a corner somewhere.
Yeah. We actually find out that you were lying to us.
Oh my god.
Fucking, I just went to get some cheesies, have a snack, you know.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Komako did better on two things than all of us. Oh, Dead by Daylight got added too. That game's pretty good.
I killed 811.
I kind of, I don't know.
I played. That's the first person one, right?
Where you have to. Dead
by
by Daylight.
As the villain, it's like the isometric. It's like a
oh, never mind.
Thing. You have
what am I thinking of?
And you have 4 survivors and 1 killer.
Yes.
I like playing it. It's a little. So I like the game. It's fun to play if you have 4 friends and one of you and you switch out being the killer and you guys mess around. When you play by yourself or when you play online, if you play as a killer, people that die get butthurt, quit out, and then just queue back up. There's really no penalty for doing it, which there really should be, but there's not.
Yeah.
When you're playing as a survivor, somebody dies, they get butthurt and leave. And when they leave on your team, when they leave as a survivor, it's not that bad. The worst part is if you have somebody who's really bad at being the killer, and they're just like, screw this, I'm done. They leave the game,
yeah.
And it doesn't really reward you. Still, it's pretty much like a null forfeit. Okay.
That's the same problem that the Splinter Cell games had with the earlier multiplayer, because it was spy versus mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
So, like mercenaries played in a first-person view, like a first-person shooter. Then you had your spies, sneaking around in that. And usually people, once they're not the spies anymore, they fucking quit.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So
round
at the end
changes
of this
and they
month,
quit.
Yeah, at the end of this month, the beginning of next month, there's some games added. So Metal Gear Survive came out, which I really want to try. Didn't really interest me. I liked the beta a little bit, but like I never wanted to buy it because of how grindy it seemed and all that.
Yeah. I played it for a weekend and it was really good, but I still didn't want to put out the money.
Yeah, that's all. I played the beta, and I liked the beta with playing with friends, but it was like the beta really wasn't much. It was like, is this going to be the whole thing, or is this just the beta? And then I heard, like, if you don't like your character, you can't just delete it. You have to buy. It's a DLC to get a new character, and it's a $10 DLC, and that was just like. And then the same day that came out, that was last week. Banner Saga came out. The first Banner Saga. Banner Saga came out.
Soggy Banner.
Soggy Banner.
I know you guys like
That's
that
a great game.
The Eric Bana trilogy.
Yeah, and then we already talked about Void Bastards came out last week a little bit too. Dead by Daylight came out the other day. Outer Wilds. I want to say Outer Worlds. That's a completely different game. Outer Wilds.
Yeah.
Came out the other day, and then what's today's date? Today's the 4th. So Thursday, the second Banner Saga gets added to Game Pass.
Yes, Brett, if you haven't played those, I would definitely try them out. They're not incredibly long.
Okay. But I've never played those, so
narrative-wise, you're gonna get invested in these people like you would to your Mass Effect, like your allies in Mass Effect. Like your decisions are important, like in that game.
Now, is it I know there's like a battle system.
Yeah, so there's a lot of 2D stuff, which is basically when you make your decisions and your everybody under your banner is traveling. So you got to make decisions that affect the sizes of the size of your group, whether or not they get fed or they get happy or anything like that. You make your decisions, and then there's battles which play out on a turn-based grid, and you pick your loadout of characters beforehand, and you can you gain a lot of characters or lose characters throughout the way. So it's really cool to play up with different strategies and learn and improve your characters.
Permadeath.
Yes.
So XCOM, like XCOM. So it has like an XCOM, uh, like battle system.
No, it's more like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay.
Turn-based. It's a turn-based
Ed, ready
strategy
up.
RPG.
Oh, I was gonna say, are we gonna still play, or are we gonna save these last 2 levels
Oh.
for Lee and maybe just cut this one short and play? I was gonna say maybe we could beat this weekend,
Yeah, 'cause
off
you
stream,
wanna-
and then maybe play Metal Gear next week.
Yeah.
That's up to
I
you
already have
guys.
it downloaded, but yeah, don't. You have to move on to your June in Japan now.
Yeah, in a little bit. So I was actually gonna try to make a
Was that your?
yeah, I was
plan?
gonna make a little overlay for that with the extra time. Since Lee bounced out with
Yeah.
with the wing stomach, but at least we beat the curse level.
Wing diarrhea.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess there's 2 other things. So the other Banner Saga game comes out. Superhot comes out.
Amazing game.
today
Oh yeah.
on Game Pass. Yeah, I liked Superhot. I finally went back and beat that a little.
I'm gonna
while ago.
I'm gonna back out
And
so
then-
the game doesn't start.
Oh yeah, I'll back out too. Some game called Full Metal Furies is also coming out this week, and I don't know what that is, but
I heard a bit about it. It's supposed to be good.
Full Metal Freeze. Full
Furies,
Metal
not
Furries.
yeah,
Yes.
furries. So it is an action-adventure game developed and published by Cellar Door Games.
Stellar Door. Rich keeps all his victims.
People who like this also like Rogue Legacy and Celeste.
I've not played either of those. I know Celeste is supposed to be really good, but again, typically not my bag of a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Rogue Legacy is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it's made by the same people that make Rogue Legacy. It's called a true cooperative action-adventure RPG.
Yeah, and I need to
So,
finish up my Masquerado review, which I'm still trying to get more into it. I'm liking it a little more. The story's really good. The combat doesn't speak to me. I'll touch on that more once I'm played further, but other than that, we got two reviews coming from you this week, Rich.
Yeah.
Sounds like As Divine Dios tomorrow, probably Spellforce Thursday or Friday. Most likely
Most
Most
Friday.
likely Happy Words and Reverse Crawl from Brett and I, respectively. And then one.
I might be able to get Fate of Silence by the end of the week, too.
That'd
It
be
just
cool.
depends what comes
Yeah,
out.
and then if you clear those up, just let me know
Yeah.
if there's something else you want to try to review. But all right, let's
Yeah.
try to beat this game this weekend if you guys have time.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess one thing this can be to you and everybody else. So if you have a Microsoft Rewards, which you do by default, if you have a gamer tag, you just have to sign up for it. Game Pass gives out like 200 or 400 points, which isn't a lot because you need like 10,000 to get $10 of credit. So I mean, it's not much, but it's a little bit. And then this month, you might like this. This month, you actually get points for playing Wolfenstein: The New Colossus.
Oh.
If you get 2 achievements or 4 achievements, one of that in there, you get 200 or 400 points, something around there, just for playing it and getting 2 achievements, and you'll just get there. So they have stuff like that like every month. Like last month was like Just Cause 4. And they have like stuff like that, and then this one's Wolfenstein, and there's some other games in it.
Yeah, there was some rage activities on there. I need to go see if I could still claim. So
yeah, so it looks like this month is earn 2 achievements in Wolfenstein, and then like these are all achievement based. It's like get an achievement in a Game Pass title that was added last month. Get 2 achievements in any of the ID at Xbox games listed below, and then like one's like get 4 achievements divided between 4 games, and the games are like City Skylines and stuff like that. Like Abzu's on there, so like they have cool things like that all the time too. That I don't know if a lot of people
take
'cause, like,
advantage of it.
I never really see them. I don't really ever see them saying it. Like this is the first month that they've said stuff about it.
Yeah.
like on their Twitter they'll say like what's coming out, but they really don't emphasize
Yeah.
like, the games that are coming out and stuff like that, or the quests and stuff like that. So, but
And these clouds on this loading screen look like
yeah,
pretty good mashed potatoes. The
yeah,
sunspot kind of looks like a slab of butter. So let's end on that note, so everybody gets hungry.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go grab lunch or dinner anyway, so I'll talk to you guys later.
Awesome.
Have fun with your
Thank
stream,
you. If you guys got time to tune in and let me know how it looks, much appreciated.
Will do.
Yeah.
All right, talk to you guys
All
later.
right, see you later.